and welcome back. It is 2023, which means we are going to recap everything that I made, everything that I started in 2022. I made myself a little list because I just moved house. This is my new bedroom. It's very old looking. We need to refurbish it. But all of my stuff is in boxes, including all my crochet and my yarn. So I can't really sit and dig out everything and show you. So I wrote down a list so that I can talk about it, and then I'll put like maybe a video or a picture of it up. Well, we're going to start off with January because that is when I started this blankie that I have sitting next to me. I'm actually working on this at the minute. It's supposed to be a Christmas blankie, and it didn't start off as a Christmas blankie. It started off as a strawberries and cream blankie, but then it just sort of turned into a Christmas blankie. And I took it out in the new year and have been working on it a little bit. So then in February, I decided to start making some cute things for my dog. I made a bumblebee snood, which I made a video of that, so if you want to check that out, you can. And then I made a piglet dog snood for my mum's dog, Blitzen. I don't have a lot of videos or pictures of this. I just clearly didn't like it that much. I don't even know where it is. It's probably in the bin. And then I made the Winnie the Pooh hat, which sort of inspired me to start posting on social media a little bit more seriously. So I have a lot of pictures and videos of that as well. Then in March, I made a Baby Yoda hat, which I never took any like videos or pictures of because I just was never happy with it. The yarn that I used, it was just too thick to make like the structures of the ears sort of sit nicely, so it never really went anywhere. And I have a bunch of that yarn as well that I should probably use. I also made a Winnie the Pooh hat for my friend and work. I don't have a lot of pictures or videos of that. I have it on my dog, but you can't see it too well, but I'll put it in here anyway so you can see what I'm talking about. I then made a tomato dog hat for my dog this time. It started off as a strawberry hat, but I feel like the red that I used was just a little bit too rich, so I just decided to keep it as a tomato. And it kind of reminds me of that Animal Crossing character, which I can't remember the name of, but I like put up here. So in May, I started a Daisy cardigan that I bought a pattern for, and it took me so long to finish it because I hated that pattern. I will never promote that pattern. It is very badly made, and I was so disappointed because it was a crocheter that I looked up to and I thought she was amazing, and I'm just upset about it. It still hurts. It still hurts. Then in June, I finally finished the Harry Styles cardigan, which I started last year. I can't remember what time I started it last year, but I'll put like a time frame in here. Then I also started my rhubarb and custard raglan sweater in June. I love that sweater. I still have it. It is up for sale on my Etsy, but I always hope that nobody buys it because I still wear it and everything. Then in July, I started an African granny square crop top. Now, this was inspired by someone's pattern, and I will put her name in here. I'm really sorry. I'm just really bad at names, and I'm not going to remember what it is off the top of my head. And I want to make sure I get it right. But I will also post a link to her social media and where you can purchase the pattern for this African granny square crop top. I don't know the official name of it, but that is what the granny square is called. And at the end of July, I finished my rhubarb and custard raglan sweater. I just love that thing so much. So that took me like 2 months to make. And then in August, I finished the African granny square crop top. So that one also took me like 2 months to make. The last bit of the year was just when I went crazy. I don't know how. I made so many things. I have never been this productive before in my life, and it was scary. In the new year, I just have like a crochet rut. Like I haven't crocheted really since my craft fair, and And like, how did I do it? How did I make so many things? So in September, I made matching crochet bandanas for me and my dog. This is when I was doing Stash Bust September on TikTok, and I was trying to get rid of as many of my items as I could, or my stash. I also went on a binge of making bandanas after that because I just love the idea of having matching bandanas with my dog. And it made ghost and pumpkin coasters. So I obviously have my house now. We got our house in like the second week of December, no, the first week of December, but we really thought we were going to be into the house before Halloween, and I wanted to make some like decorations for the house, and I decided to make these little coasters. I then started another raglan sweater, which I call the Witch's Brew sweater, like witch's tea. I don't know, it just reminds me of like a herbal tea. So I started that in September. I also made my spiderweb bandanas, which was just a huge hit. I'm so proud of myself for making that. And I made that in September. And I never showed it on my Stash Bust September. Then I also started a Christmas jumper. Now, I won't have any pictures or videos of this Christmas jumper because it's currently packed away. And I never got around to finish it. Because once September finished, I started a Christmas craft fair. And that's where all my time went to, and the Christmas jumper was for myself, so I never picked it up. I don't have any pictures or videos of it. I'm so sorry. And then in October I go crazy again. So in October I made a bunch of hats and bunch of beanies. Then I made flower coasters, and I made peppermint coasters. I made Christmas bandanas for me and the dog as well. I made a bag. Now, I don't like this bag. This was sort of like a test of a granny square bag because I've seen people do small ones before, but I couldn't really visualize how small they actually were. And then when I finished it, I was like, who would use this? This bag is so tiny. So it never went anywhere. I think it's just in the bottom of my yarn bag. It's just, I'll probably unravel the yarn. I also finished my raglan sweater, the Witch's Brew one, which I absolutely love. It is so cute. And then I finished my Daisy cardigan, the one that I started in May. And it didn't end up being a cardigan because the pattern is the bane of my existence. So I made it into a top instead to sort of suit the style that I wanted. November is sort of just when I went crazy again. Well, the Christmas craft fair came up in December in the first week. So I was trying to just fill out my table as much as I could with as many quick things that I could make. I made a couple of versions of the Mrs. Claus hat by Crochet by AK. For the table, I made those in different sizes. So the place that I work for, you're allowed to bring your dogs into the office, and she has this little sausage dog, and I just couldn't help myself. So I made it a little crochet bandana. I then went bag crazy. I made a blue granny square bag, a green granny square bag, and then a pink granny square bag, which I absolutely love. I think I'll definitely make one of those in the future. The thing is, they're just like a tote bag size, and I kind of want it to be a little bit bigger than that because I like carrying the biggest little crap around with me. I made those 3 bags. Like, I made one a day. It was crazy. I don't know how I did it. I was just crochet crazy. Then I made a sunflower bag. But the thing with the sunflower bag is it's almost cheating. So if you remember last year, I started making a sunflower blankie, but I never finished it. So I have a bunch of sunflower granny squares, and I was like, it feels bad that they're kind of going to waste. So I decided to take them all apart and re-sew them into a granny square bag, and it was a really good idea. And I still have granny squares left over, so I will definitely use those to make some more projects in the future. Then in December, I didn't make anything, and I haven't made anything, and because I'm in a crochet rut from having to make so many things for a craft fair, I didn't make anything in December. It feels like such a waste, but I obviously needed the break. But yeah, that is everything that I made or started in 2022, and I cannot wait for 2023. Well, it is 2023. I think it's like the 4th. But yeah, that's everything I made. I'm quite happy with everything I made. I made a lot more this year than I did last year, and I definitely like stepped out of my comfort zone and made a lot of things that I wouldn't usually make. So I'm quite impressed with myself, and yeah, it's going good. I have a couple of things that I really want to make. I have a lot on my Pinterest board, a lot of clothes that I want to make this year, which is quite surprising. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I really want to just make a dent in my stash as well. I only really want to buy yarn for specific projects. I don't want to just buy yarn because I like it. I feel like that's very wasteful. And yeah, the first thing that I started working on this year was, of course, this blanket that I started working on last year. So this will probably be the first thing that you see in my 2023 video next year. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I love watching these videos. I love seeing what everybody makes. It's so inspiring. It gives you like ideas for like what you want to make. So I can't wait to see these type of videos come out. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.